Alright, Pretender here, back with another Honkai style video. And today I kind of wanted to be talking about Sunday, a different video of should you summon, but more why you should really consider summoning for him. First, I request you do watch the video fully, since a lot of people do end up commenting what I already addressed in the video or answer, or even multiple times address and answer. So before commenting anything, I do request that you watch the full video so you can kind of understand what I'm getting at. So this video is going to be talking about what we do know, which I will have a disclaimer now. This is all stuff just going around. This is speculation. And once again, just info going around everywhere. This is not his confirmed stuff that I'm going to say. Could be drastically different, but from what we know and what we think he's gonna do is what this video is going to be about. And some stuff that we do know regarding the future of future potential characters and future potential meta. That's what this video is going to be talking about, and why I do think that he is definitely going to be a character you definitely want to pick up. And yeah, before I get to the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this. There's over 80% of you guys that watch this channel that are not subscribed. So if you're not subbed, what are you doing? Hit sub. I make a lot of different kind of videos. If you don't hit that sub button, you're gonna lose your next 75 on the like count. Anyway, let's get into it. So first, the general idea of this video. Why do I think Sunday is going to be a Harmony character that is potentially going to be a very big character that you should consider summoning for? So as we know, certain Harmony characters can practically define meta, as we see Robin and Ruan Mei practically defining the meta, albeit mainly for the fact that they work everywhere, but they obviously do excel at their teams, such as Ruan Mei excelling at break and Robin excelling at follow-up attack. It's seeming to be that Sunday is going to be a similar case. Only team I really don't see him being good on is Dot. He's seeming to be a hyper carry focused thing, but the thing that you want to note as, he seems to be another character that is going to have an action forward similar to Bronya, who gives a full turn, rather than Sparkle, who gives a 50% action forward. And so he's seeming like he's going to be a character that buffs damage dealt, gives you that actual turn forward, seeming to be SP positive as he can recover a skill point using the skill. And then his ultimate being one similar to Ho-Ho, where you can actually regenerate 20% of max energy. And on top of that, have a crit damage buff based on his own. So he's seeming to do a bunch of things that are going to benefit mainly hyper carry characters, but the way it's worded is seeming to be very interesting. So it's seeming to be like he's going to be a character that actually has the bigger buffs on summon characters and towards that summon specifically. Real quick, if you do not know what a summon character is, it is pretty much a character that does state in their talent mainly that they summon something else into the battle. So for example, in the talent for Topaz, it states that she summons Nami at the beginning of battle. For Lingsha, it states that she summons Fuyuan at the start of the battle, and for Jingwan, it states that he summons Lightning Lord at the beginning of the battle. That is what a summon character is, someone that summons another character, pretty much exactly what it means. So we have three current ones in the game, which once again are just the ones I mentioned. So Jingwan, Topaz, and Lingsha. Those are the three summon characters in the game currently. And the way Sunday seems to work is he's going to be able to advance forward not only that character, so I'm going to use Jingwan for an example. You can advance forward Jingwan as the same thing if you did with Bronya, giving him another turn to attack. But if you guys do know, if you use Sparkle or if you use Bronya, you don't actually action forward Lightning Lord. Same thing happens if you try to action forward Topaz for Numbi and Lingsha for Fuyuan. You don't actually advance forward the summon because that'd be insane. So only that character actually gets the other turn, so you can use it on Jingwan to gain more stacks for Lightning Lord. Lingsha can get more healing off and more attacks. Topaz can add another debuff if you really need. But here is where it gets super interesting. Sunday is seeming to be a character that once again action forwards, but also action forwards the summon. Meaning if you popped his skill onto Jingwan, Jingwan is going to be the next one to act, and after Jingwan acts, the Lightning Lord immediately acts right after him because you advance forward the character and their summon. So the character goes first and then the summon. On top of that, it's seeming to be that if you do give the buff to a summoned character, the buff you actually get is practically doubled, at least from the skill, not the ultimate. The ultimate seeming to be one where it just buffs the crit damage and then also gives the energy to the ones who you choose. But the skill, the one who you choose, and if they're a summoned character, actually gets double the effect that you would normally. So already working fantastic on characters that will not have a summon. So if you're pairing him with Danheng, would seem to be really good with Danheng. Just any hyper carry character can function really well because they're getting the crit damage buff that he seems to have, the actual crit rate that his talent is going to be give as well, at least from what it seems, and then the damage dealt. Obviously every character loves damage dealt, but if you pop it on a summon character, it's going to double the effect of the damage dealt that the skill seems to provide. Once again, could be wrong there, but that's what from what we know it seems to be. That's what the speculation speculation going around is. Meaning, if you buff Jingwan as opposed to buffing someone like Daning would get, let's say, 40%, and Jingwan would get 80% damage out, which is absolutely insane. And so that's obviously going to be buffing the Lightning Lord itself, making it do more damage, and mainly for the fact that you're going to be buffing the summons. The main character you do for damage when it comes to this scenario is Jingwan right now, which brings me to the main point of this video and why I think he is a character you should definitely consider. So from some info going around and some also speculation, 3.0 and above is seeming to be the start of a new meta. As we already have constant updates to the metas of being mainly break and follow-up attack, a new meta seems to be potentially coming very soon, and that is, you guessed it, the new summon meta. Summon meta is referring to characters that can practically bring a summon, so characters like Jingwan pretty much, but obviously going to be a lot better considering they're more modern. And so it's seeming to be that there's going to be new DPSs that function around their summon like Jingwan does, but once again, better with better multipliers, better ways, probably easier ways to have full action hits if they do have that. And seeming to be the best character to buff them is obviously going to be Sunday, as he's able to provide very good buffs, doubling in the skill if you do give it to a summon. Comparatively, if you look at the other Harmony characters, Sparkle, who could probably be another good option for a summon character like that, does not actually action advance the summon, same as Bronya. So opposed to Sunday, they're going to be drastically weaker to run with the summon meta. Robin is also very much loved for the buff she gives, but also a very big thing you want to look at is the full team action forward she gives, but that also does not apply to a summon, so she's also going to fall short between running that summon as a buffer, as opposed to Sunday, who's going to be able to buff and also give that turn to the summon. And then Ruan-Mei is going to be universal, just damage buffs and speed, which again also will not affect the summon, unfortunately. So Sunday is going to be the only character in the game that is going to benefit the summon, and on top of that, the buffs he seems to give are so good from what it seems. The speculation, the info going around, all of it seems to be really good for any crit DPS, and even if you don't run a crit DPS, you could probably still get away with it. But summon meta is going to probably most likely function the same as running Jingwan, minus for the flaws that Jingwan had, but Sunday is going to fix a lot of Jingwan's flaws, so there's that too if you're interested in that. So new modern characters that are going to have summons is going to seeming to be the new part of the 3.0 meta and above for most likely a while, and no other Harmony character is going to buff them as well as Sunday can, because they're also going to be a crit DPS similar to Jingwan, where the summons can hit, they can crit, you want them to crit, so you want to have good crit rate, you want them to have a lot of crit damage so they can actually get the damage out. So you're definitely going to want to have a good balance of crit rate and crit damage, which from what it seems Sunday also does provide both, and a good amount at that as well. And as we see Jingwan, he gets a bunch of hits per action with using his ult. I'm going to assume the summon characters in the futures, their ult is going to be really important as well. So the energy Sunday can provide is going to be really good. On top of that, there's probably going to be some wacky setups where we run Sunday with Robin, so you could pop Sunday ult, give an energy that potentially he might actually give to Robin to have more ult time on that, but that's not the point of this video. The point is the 3.0 and above meta is seeming to shift over to summons. There's probably going to be new mechanics that are going to favor summons. MLC rotations, Apocalyptic Shadow, Pure Fiction are probably going to start favoring summons very heavily. And so if you care about that in any way, shape, or form, which in my opinion you should, or potentially going to be waiting on a character that is going to come out in the 3.0 lifespan, and by that I mean going up, so 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, etc. If you probably think there's going to be a character that is going to be one of your favorites, or you're just going to end up really liking them, then Sunday is automatically going to be a really good pickup, because for the most part, it is safe to assume that most of the DPSs are going to be summon based. Once again, I cannot say this enough, this is all speculation, but it is seeming to be relatively accurate from what we do know. The best course of action is to obviously wait on everything's confirmed, so when Sunday's confirmed kit and everything is out, and then once we get the 3.0, all the info on that is confirmed and out, that's when you'll know for sure. But info going around sometimes is very accurate depending on the sources. The speculations are often right as well, so it is something you want to take with a massive grain of salt. But once again, a TLDR, Sunday seeming to be another action forward character similar to Bronya, not similar to Sparkle because he does give a full turn similar to Bronya, not a 50% like Sparkle, has really great buffs to any character that does like crit and also would like to ult more. And the reason he is going to be so good in the future is the fact that he is able to actually action forward the summon along with the character, as opposed to Bronya or Sparkle or Robin ult, which will only take the characters forward rather than the summon. And if you do buff a summon character, it's seeming the effect you may get from the skill is potentially doubled, making it that much more powerful. 3.0 and above is seeming to be a big meta into summons. By summons, I mean characters similar to Jingwan, so that's a part you really want to consider. And yep, that is the video. That's why I do think Sunday is potentially going to be the next character that you really should consider summoning, potentially even a must summon at that. Once once again, I know this is like the third or fourth time I've said it in this video. This is all speculation, info just going around. Same with the 3.0 and above summon meta. It's all info going around. Take it with a grain of salt. Speculation, info that might or might not happen. The best way to get info is to wait for the confirmed post. So once Sunday's kit's finalized, they post it. Once 3.0 we get there, and then they post their kits for the future characters. That's kind of how you want to go about it for being confirmed 100%. But what the info now is all speculation going around that is most likely, I can't even say most likely, is potentially going to be true. And so we potentially have an idea on how he's going to work and potentially what's coming in the future. Summon characters will definitely work similar to what we already have now, just obviously more benefits. Potentially the character themselves can give the summons more speed, more buffs, all that kind of stuff. And from what it seems like Sunday can specifically do for those characters is going to put him at a very, very much desired price. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace out.